discussed it, but I don't know that we've actually gotten into it as hard as we should. This is, there's a lot of versions of this. This is kind of the low end, the very basic of the basics of the chicken tractor. The objective, there are several objectives to this. One is, the reason it's called a chicken tractor is you put chickens in it. This might house 6 chickens. And you put it within the rows. In other words, you have a crop here and you have a crop here. So the chickens don't eat on your crop. That's out of their range, but the row isn't. The row's within their crop, and this thing's 14 feet long. So maybe in 2 days, with those chickens in there, they'll scratch through that soil. They'll eat the vegetation. They'll scratch through it, and they'll get the roots. They'll get the bugs. Now, there's one thing that happens out here. When you've got chickens out here that are free range, especially on this hard soil, they won't scratch very much. But if you get them in this, those chickens will work this area, and when they run out of what they really like, it's just like us. If I've got a bowl of ice cream over there and I've got a bowl of chop suey over here, I'm going to be sitting right there. They'll eat everything they like first, and then they'll get in there and they'll eat the roots. They'll dig down there and they'll sit and scratch. They'll scratch all that through until they've got that area all loosened up, and they've got all of those weeds and everything cultivated out of there. But that's only one facet of this. One of the other great things about this, now in this basic design, what a person might do, this needs a little shade. A person might just take some branches there from a pound and lay them over this to where they've got a little bit of shade. They're out of the extreme sun. You'd have to lift this, put a pan of water under there for them, and at one end of it you'd have a nesting area. They'll use that. If you give them a nesting area, they'll use that. We fashioned this to where you can get in this. Now this is secured a little bit better, but the nesting area ought to be at one end to where you can get in there and collect those eggs once a day. One of the things that happens with chickens out here in the free range, that hen that's laying eggs, or rooster, the hen that's laying eggs back here, you're not going to find all those eggs. Maybe she'll lay back there, maybe she'll lay back here, and you don't know where those eggs are. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So that hen's going to sit on those eggs. When a hen sits on eggs, she doesn't lay any more eggs. After she's got a collection of 8 eggs or so under her, she stops laying eggs. When you've got that hen in here and she's laying eggs, you go in there and she'll lay a couple eggs, and you get those eggs, she lays 2 more. You get those, she lays 2 more. She'll keep laying eggs as long as those legs don't accumulate. So you've got another advantage. You've got those hens that are caged to where you know where those eggs are. You know where they are all the time. You've got the opportunity to collect those eggs every day to where she keeps continual laying. Well, that's really an advantage. You've got your chickens all there. You've got your eggs to where you know where they are, and you've got this cultivating machine. The ideal on this, the ideal would be to have an upper box, maybe at both ends, possibly even in the middle. And if you did that, this wire would be cut and it would slope up at this. In that configuration, you'd have 2 doors back here, or a door, and you'd open that, and the chickens you'd have chicken boxes here, and they'd nest in there, and you'd collect the eggs a little easier. It's a good idea.